Welcome back to my channel, Melanated Gods of Earth, Royal Family. On today's clip, I don't even know what I'm going to title it, but there are a couple of clips that I wanted to share with you that I thought be imperative to the changing climate of things. As the world continues to spiral down into madness on other parts, in other parts, people are rising. Weird things are happening, strange things are happening, simultaneously atrocious things are happening. Between the crisis in Gaza, if genocide in Gaza continues, US will not be spared from this fire. Iran foreign minister at the UN. Whoa, it was a day ago.
The United States of America, as the unwavering and permanent supporter of the occupying regime, is the main cause of the failures of the United Nations, especially the Security Council, in upholding the rights of the Palestinians,
who are now managing the genocide in Palestine, that we do not welcome to expansion of the war in the region. But I warn, if the genocide in Gaza continues, they will not be spared from this fire. Mr. President, it has been 3 weeks that we have been witness to the war crimes and genocide of the occupying Israeli regime in Gaza and the West Bank of Palestine. The United States and several European countries have sided with the occupying regime of Israel without observing the UN Charter and international law. They call a Palestinian Liberation Movement a terrorist, which has the right to self-defense and self-determination. But they refer to the occupying and war criminal regime that is committing genocide in Gaza and having the right to self-defense. Unfortunately, this is the state of our world today. This is the situation of the Security Council, which was supposed to try to establish world peace and security. Today, United States and several European countries are watching and supporting the killing of about 7,000 civilians in less than 3 weeks by the Israeli regime.
And the internet has not been kind on that end, family. Israel has lost the information war. The West has lost the information war, the propaganda war, whatever you want to call it. Everyone now sees Israel as some, oh man. There's a clip that I saw a second ago.
In Gaza and West Bank of Palestine. And they help this regime military and financially. We recommend the United States to work for peace and security, not war against people, children, and women. Instead of sending rockets, tanks, and bombs to be used against Gaza, United States should stop supporting genocide in Gaza and Palestine. Mr. President, the history of Iranian civilization shows that we have always supported peace and security. But today in New York and the United Nations, I say frankly to the American statesmen who are now managing the genocide in Palestine that we do not welcome to expansion of the war in the region. But I warn, if the genocide in Gaza continues, they will not be spared from this fire.
Whoa.
It is our home, and West Asia is our region. We do not compromise with any party and any side, and we have no reservation when it comes to our home's security.
The United States of America, as the unwavering and permanent supporter of the occupying regime, is the main cause of the failures of the United Nations, especially the Security Council, in upholding the rights of the Palestinians. The country has for dozens of times...
And there's another running meme that the UN is like a puppet of the US and the West in general, because they created it to oversee every other country, but they themselves are not beholden to its rules and regulations. How ironic is that?
prevented the Security Council from fulfilling its duties in this field. Mr. President,
power of the veto.
We believe that the complete and comprehensive solution to the Palestinian issue is only possible through the full realization of the inalienable right of this nation to self-determination and the establishment of an independent Palestinian state in all of the Palestinian territories and with Al-Quds as its capital. The entire land of Palestine, from the sea to the river, belongs only to the original Palestinians, including Christians, Jews, and Muslims. And no institution or country has the right or can give any part of it, of this land, to another person or group. And of course, the Islamic Republic of Iran
as a direct call out to the occupying force of the government of Israel and those who support it loyally.
We have never been after the expansion or the spread of war, and we will never be supporting it. But if, in the truest sense of the word, they don't want this war to spread out, they need to pressure the Zionist regime to fully and immediately stop the war crimes of the Israeli regime if they don't want the conflict to spread out. The actions of the United States, too, which directly participates in this battle through financial and armed support, as well as direct military action and effective political support, are a clear violation of the charter and international legal obligations of that country, and as a result hold it internationally responsible. In addition, why the
multiple countries have been calling for the holding of the supporters of the government of Israel responsible for aiding and abetting war crimes.
The United States itself is actually, and in practice and directly, involved in committing crimes against Palestinians. It is not in a position to invite others to exercise self-restraint and refrain from spreading the war. Therefore, we strongly warn against the uncontrollable consequences of the unlimited financial, arms, and operational supports by the White House to the Tel Aviv regime, which have led to the expansion and added to the severity of the bombardments of the civilians and the Palestinian women and children in Gaza and the West Bank. The current developments in Palestine also clearly prove that the only result of any normalization of relations with Tel Aviv is tantamount to ignoring the legitimate and historical rights of the Palestinian nation. In conclusion, I would like to thank the positive and realistic positions of the UN Secretary General, His Excellency Antonio Guterres, and
who himself is facing challenges because the Israeli peoples are calling for his resignation, which is strange. They don't want to be held accountable, people. What do you expect?
Efforts on the ground for sending humanitarian aid to Gaza and immediately stopping the war, I would like to emphasize that it is expected from the United Nations to employ a strong terminology and under the 7th chapter of the United Nations Charter force the Zionist regime to immediately stop its war crimes, genocide, and the mass killing of civilians and provide other grounds for the full realization of the Palestinian nation's right to self-determination.
Of course they won't.
Thing is happening in Congo. There is a Holocaust.
Almost, but not quite.
Why didn't I know about this?
More hardcore.
I've been reading about it. I've been reading, watching videos, and I scrolled on my FYP, like I searched it on TikTok, and I scrolled. June of 2022, people were making content, trying to get the message out.
I think she saw my video.
And that we are using to exercise our freedom of speech, to advocate for people who don't have a voice. This phone is being used to enforce slavery, enslavement of the Congolese people. The West, Britain, America, Israel are funding extremist groups and military actions in Congo to enslave, rape, kill, cleanse those in Congo for the material that is used in the phone you are holding right now. How, if I were to go and try and do something about that now and enforce the same violence that they are enforcing against the Congolese people, I would be labeled a terrorist. If the Congolese people, if a group in Congo stood up against what is happening, they would be labeled terrorists. It's the same shit that's happening in Palestine, my God. Wow.
Same, but not quite.
Under America and
It's more hardcore because this one is not just those countries specifically, but every country that has tech industries. These tech industries that rely on these mineral resources to manufacture their products and maintain their supremacy. And the chaos is unfolding. So yeah, family, it's all connected. Yeah? It's all connected.
As I speak, the busiest airspace in the continent of Africa is Eastern Congo, the continuation of slavery and suffering because European powers continue to exploit that place. And there is modern day slavery in that part. The mine workers are modern day slaves. They may receive wages, but that is just for purposes of keeping them alive, that they may continue to work the mines. And that is why you saw Congo also produce some spiritualists who wanted to protest against all these. Donna Beatrice, Kimpavita, Simon Kimbangu came out of that environment saying, this slavery, and you've enslaved us twice. You've enslaved us through religion. You've enslaved us physically. You've enslaved us through colonization.
And that's the chaos of the resource curse. Chaos of the resource curse, royal family.
Have you heard about what's happening in the Democratic Republic of the Congo? Well, millions of people are in serious crisis, and according to advocacy groups and refugee agencies, the world isn't paying attention. Here's a quick recap of what's going down in the DRC. According to Human Rights Watch, rebels in eastern DRC have been committing mass killings, sexual assaults, and other war crimes. According to the advocacy group, rebels in eastern DRC have rained down on populated areas, damaging infrastructure, and killing and injuring civilians. In fact, fighting between the DRC's National Army and the rebel group has displaced too many people to count. The UN Refugee Agency says the DRC is the most complex and long-standing humanitarian crisis in Africa and is home to the fourth largest group of internationally displaced people in the world. Over 5 million people are displaced today, and more than 1 million Congolese have sought asylum mostly within Africa. Innocent civilians have been forced to flee their homes with little hope of ever returning. And keep in mind, the DRC isn't just home to its born citizens. In fact, 500,000 refugees from neighboring countries call the nation home, 3/4 of whom live outside refugee camps and settlements today. And to make things worse, while all of this is happening, disease outbreaks and natural disasters are wreaking havoc on the people. Oh, and we can't forget that buried beneath the surface of African nations is wealth beyond comparison, making its mining industry one of the most important in the world. Africa is a major producer of gold, diamond, cobalt, coal, copper, and so much more. And Congo has never been the exception, as it is one of the major mining countries on the continent. Earlier this year, Pope Francis visited the country and said the world should stop choking Africa and get their hands off the DRC. Advocates have long said that while others get rich off these nations, they are literally left to starve. According to Save the Children, malnutrition levels in the country were already high even before the war, and now families have no idea where their next meal will come from. Additionally, over 26 million people, including 4.5 million children, are in urgent need of food aid. Have you been keeping up with the crisis in the DRC? Let us know in the comments below. Have you heard about what's happening?
These are the things that are just simply unforgivable as an African. Unforgivable as far as the West is concerned for me. And everybody who knows and doesn't care and is vested in this chaos, so they can get. And the one, I mean, just atrocious. Our mineral resources royal family, especially in the name of Congo, considering the atrocities being faced over there by the people. And things are continuing to get funky out your family. Sure, I mean, I've seen this a couple of times on news networks.
There are videos coming out from the borders of what's happening. I just want you to pay close attention of how many bombs Israel is dropping on Gaza. This video is about 33 seconds. That's the second bomb that's already been dropped. That's less than 15 seconds. And that's the third one. That's within 30 seconds that they, like, maybe a little less than that. They dropped 3 bombs in less than 30 seconds. These are the other photos that have been coming out of the things that are happening in Gaza right now. I know I just posted about it. I'm going to keep posting about it. This is unacceptable.
Warplanes launched the most violent series of airstrikes across the enclave. They are currently dropping bombs nonstop, and this isn't just in the north, this is also in the south. Palestinians have literally nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, nowhere that's safe, and it's not going to stop. To what end can they continue to punish and kill Palestinians, all while maintaining the fact that they are trying to get the hostages? They are on day 21. How much longer can this go on for? And when will those who are making excuses wake up? Because at this point, you can't claim ignorance any longer. And if this doesn't terrify you, then I don't know what else will.
Like I said, they're not even looking for Hamas, they're just looking for maximum damage. To bring things back to the motherland.
According to German
To bring things back to the motherland and to seal it off with a video.
Newspaper. The European Union have agreed that there is danger coming. According to German newspaper, the European Union have agreed to begin a mission in the West Africa to deploy their police and soldiers to Ghana, Togo, Benin, and Ivory Coast. According to the paper, the mission is to train and advise local security forces, help them prepare against terrorists. Who the hell are the terrorists that they are coming to protect us from? Let me read the most dangerous part of the paper to you. The European Union also wants to counter Russia's influence in the region, which has been spread through Wagner mercenaries who have supported military regimes in the Sahel. Benin and Ghana had already officially invited the European Union to deploy the mission on their territories, according to the paper. We need to wake up now. These guys have different agenda. Where are the terrorists? For your information, this is exactly what they did in Libya. When it becomes difficult for them to steal their resources, they went there with this same claim to counter terrorism. They killed Gaddafi and destabilized the country and continue stealing their resources up to today. There is ongoing war in Ukraine right now in front of their nose for the past 70 months. But they are not sending troops there. They are afraid because Russia will clear them off. Now they are deploying troops to Africa. This has been their strategy used to destabilize countries for the past decade. We are not blind. As they are coming right now, this is what they are coming to do. They have terrorists in the region that they have prepared down. Now the moment they appear here, mark my word, you will start hearing terror attack here and there. You will start hearing Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda here and there. They will start their operation because these guys were formed by Europeans. Then the European troops are going to stand in training our soldiers and sending them to counter them. So there will be riot all over among us black people. So they are coming practically to throw blacks into boxing ring while they stand aside and watch. They will
take our resources.
These riots until West Africa is completely destabilized. Guys, we need to wake up and protest and cry against these military bases surrounding us to be closed down. And some Nigerians are shouting, we don't have military base. Whether you have military base or not, understand the fact that whatever these people are coming to do in West Africa, the greater effect will be on you. So you better stand on your feet. Our leaders are now giving us up to be slaughtered. And to remove them is the only option now. Guys, there is danger coming.
And the brother is not joking, real family. The brother is not joking. He's on point. 100%. 100% real family. But that's what it's about in the end. It's about the mineral resources that manufacture modern technology without which they cannot have what they define as a first world lifestyle. And until we as African peoples isolate these resources to benefit ourselves and our people from the continent and in the diaspora, we will forever languish in extreme poverty, energy poverty, technological poverty, all those things. Death and disease, misery, chaos, instability. And we need to clamp down on our mineral resources with extreme prejudice. For the people. If you're not black, melanated, forget about it. On the continent and in the diaspora, for the people. That's what it's about, real family. That's what it's about. If you appreciate the video, make sure you smash the subscribe, thumbs up, let the algorithm know it's good. Let other like-minded souls know that we're out here with the share. Royal family, I appreciate you for watching, and make sure you check out previous videos pertaining to Africa's mineral resources. If you happen to miss those, or the situation in Palestine and Gaza, check those out too. War crimes, we document them. And the development of the motherland and her people. Because the colonizers are still coming for us, family. They're coming for our mineral resources, and they're not going to let us go in peace. They are going to fight to keep from sliding into a dark age, to keep from taking their true place as the real third world countries. Make no mistake, family. They're going to come for us. But otherwise, let me know what you think.